Good morning, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to all of y'all to meeting number 269. I am Chaithra Lakshminarayan, your sergeant at arms for today's meeting at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. As a sergeant at arms, it's my duty to, to highlight some key points for the meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours. Also, urging you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit of it. Your video should be on and the audio should be off, and unmute yourself when you call to speak or need to speak regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics. Even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before I hand over the stage to our very dear presiding officer, let me introduce our presiding officer for today, DTM Sourav. DTM Sourav Dutta is a two-time distinguished Toastmaster who has completed all 11 Toastmasters pathways with over 20 years of leadership experience at HP, Target, and JC Penney. He is a seasonal expert in analytics, strategy, and marketing. Now a social entrepreneur. He co founded Practive in 2020 to support students, MSMEs, and non-profit profits and women entrepreneurs. A proud father and a lifelong learner, Sourav is passionate about empowering others through learning and leadership. Let's give a round of applause to our presiding officer today, TTM Sourav Dutta. Thank you, everyone. Let me now hand over the stage to the presiding officer. Over to you, presiding officer, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, our Sergeant at Arms, Master Chaithra. And am I audible?
Yes.
People online?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let us get started with our meeting today. We do have a few guests here. We do have a few guests here. So let me first all the guests that we have in our room. Mother, is on stage. So a little bit about Mother. Mother's father actually got in touch with me. Rakesh, right? That's Rakesh. So Rakesh is an old-time Toastmaster. Mother is just now turned 18. And so he's here to uh, introduce himself. And it's the first Toastmaster meeting ever with me, right? So, all yours, Mother.
Hello, all. It's a great pleasure. Father has given me a day for this Toastmasters and happy to be joining you as well. So yeah, I hope we can enjoy the project. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So that Madhav,
I think audio is not clear. It's feeble. I think we are not able to hear. Clarity is not there. Yeah.
Yes, even though there is voice.
Yeah. Echo some kind of small.
are you, is it big enough right?
I'll check.
Give us 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not right. Are we good now?
Yes.
Yeah. This is something that we'll have to add to our SOP, that we are having the right mic on. Online, I see a few guests today. Sonu Lohia.
Yeah,
Hi,
good morning.
Sonu.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonu. Can you please give a quick introduction about yourself?
Okay. I am actually joining from Singapore and I am a corporate secretary working there. I am basically from India and I just moved Singapore 2-3 years back. So I am interested in joining Toastmasters since long, but my working hour has been always long and I was not able to travel. But after coming here, I thought of finding an online Toastmaster club and I found it. So I'm keen to join.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sonu, for joining us. I also see Nagraju A. Nagraju, I'm assuming you're a Toastmaster or are you a guest?
Yes, I am a Toastmaster.
Lovely. Nagraju, a little bit about yourself, which club you're coming from?
Yep. Yeah, this is Nagaraju from Siemens Bangalore Toastmasters Club, which is from Bangalore itself. So after seeing the theme, the science of habits, forming products, so I feel interesting. So want to join to explore what it is and how it is, and also want to explore a new club, how it is going, and other things. I can learn anything new from your club, so that I can implement in my club. So
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think we are building a very strong community where we are learning from each other and we are growing together. Pallavi Agarwal, I know Pallavi is now one of our regular attendees to our meeting. Pallavi is a guest, but I don't consider her as a guest. She's more family now. And Pooja Sharma, this is one name I'm seeing new. Pooja, quick introduction about yourself. Would you want us to know you better?
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry I cannot come on a video call because I'm outside. So
That's
basically,
totally okay.
I'm a member of Atkins Realis community. I've been seeing your postings on WhatsApp and which is attracting me to join this attend this community and see what happening and exactly how you guys are doing the doing this kind of session. So we wanted to implement the same in Atkins Realis community. Yeah, so I can learn from here and then same can be implemented.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pooja, for joining us. I think that's all the guests that we have for today. So let me talk a little bit about the theme before I hand over. Do we have a joke master today by any chance? No, right? No. Okay. So before we get started with the meeting and I hand over to our Toastmaster of the day, let me make a few announcements and then touch upon the theme also a little bit. So the first big announcement, the Gabbys and the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, both the clubs have now backed the Talk Up Toastmasters Award. Now, for people who do not know what Talk Up Toastmasters is, I know whenever we say one award we have gotten, you have to clap. So please do that. Yeah. Good. Now, why are you clapping? Right? What's the big deal about it? So in Toastmasters, we have got 3 global membership awards. The first one is Medley Global Membership Award. The second is Talk Up Toastmasters Award. And the third that is coming up is Beat the Clock Toastmasters Award. So what happens is during this, to back these awards, during a specific window, you have to add a specific number of members. And these members cannot be transfer members. They have to be new, dual or reinstated members. Now, adding 8 members or 10 members throughout the year is pretty doable if you are maintaining certain quality in your meetings. It's not that difficult. We have been doing that consistently from day one. Now, what becomes challenging is when you need to attend, say, 5 members in that particular time frame or 8 members in a particular time frame, right? Because then you have to have a very targeted campaign and you have to consistently keep on doing it. And if you have to get all the 3 awards, basically 6 months or 12 months in a year, you have to keep on adding members. So October to say September 1st to October, August 1st to September 30th, February 1st to March 31st, and then May 1st to June 30th. So 6 months in the year, you have to keep on adding awards. Now, the good thing is that the Gabbys and the Gabbys Online Club, both of us have been getting these 3 awards consistently for the last 5 years. So in the entire Toastmasters fraternity of around 15,000, 16,000 clubs, not more than 500 or 1,000 clubs will be there, which have that kind of a distinction of bagging these awards every single year, all the 3 awards, and these clubs are called super clubs. So we are not only a President's Distinguished Club, we are also super club, which gets all the global membership award. This year also we are on track to get it because we've already got the 2 membership award and now we have got 1 more award coming up. So now you can clap because now you know why you are clapping. Thank you. The second big announcement is that the division contest dates has been announced, and this is happening on 18th of April 2026. This is a Saturday. So the first announcement is that we will not have the Gabbys meeting that day because we would want all of us to be there at the division contest. Now, why do we want all of us to be there at the division contest? Right? Because winning is not the only thing. What Gabbys believes is winning is everything. Right? It's not the only thing. So what we have done is what we have done best, what we do best, which is winning at the area contest. And now we have got not 1, but 2 people representing the Gabbys at the division contest. So now what do we need to do? We need to be there to tell them that you deserve to be here and you deserve to go ahead. So how are we going to do that? By being there, by rooting for them, for clapping for them, and for cheering for them. Trust me, I have seen people planting amateur laughers. I don't know if there's a role, but I've seen that role being played in Toastmaster contest where people are planted at strategic spots whose only job is to gloat and laugh. Whether it's funny or not, there is someone sitting in the audience like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, what? Where was the joke? Right? So that's how people actually take contest seriously. You know, maybe a sutta or a chai has been promised that if you laugh, every time you laugh, you'll get a sutta. Right? So something like that. I'm not offering anything like that, but I want you to be there to laugh on the jokes if they're laughable and to clap if the speeches are laudable. So please be there. We need your support. We need you to be there. And those are the 2 big announcements. Now, talking about the science of forming habits. I think we have already started that, right, with this Toastmasters meeting. I think this is a habit that we have formed already. Sometimes I think, I'll be very honest, at times come when I feel that I don't want to continue in Toastmaster. And I know a lot of people like, it's a fake, right? No, but it's a fact, a lot of times it happens that I feel like, what's there anymore for me here? I mean, what do I really get out of this? That fun, that learning, all of those things after a certain point of time is not there. So why should I come? And then this very thought of waking up on a Saturday morning and not having a Gabbys meeting, it just doesn't work for me. For some reason, if I'm not able to attend the Gabbys meeting on a Saturday morning, trust me, it feels like Saturday hasn't come yet. मतलब शनिवार आना अभी बाकी है, ये तो शनिवार था ही नहीं. If there was no Gabbys, there is no Saturday. So that's the way I have groomed myself, and I know, at least Nancy, I can speak on behalf of Nancy, and probably a lot of you here, some of you had gotten over that habit, but again got back to that habit. One good example is Paduka Kannan. She has successfully managed to get out of that habit, and for that she had been to all kind of countries across the world. She had been to Japan, she has been to Hong Kong, she has been to China, but still that habit did not leave her. She is again back here. So, this is a very deadly habit, but not a regrettable habit. But today we have got someone who want to talk about the regrettable habits and such deadly habits which are not regrettable. Now, I'm in total awe of this lady because I've always wanted to meet someone who makes it possible for me to move from point A to point B. And finally, I met her, because our TMOD today works for that company, because without whose support, you cannot be where you are.
Any guesses? 3 ऑप्शन था ऊपर ओला रैपिडो. So yeah, option 3 Rapido. She works for Rapido, and that too also she's a senior product manager, which means that if the Rapido app is not working, you don't need to call up the call center. You need to call up the Toastmaster of the day and say, hey, dude, your app is not working. Right? So that's the thing. So with this, I would hand over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chitrangana.
Presentation is there. Yeah. I'll just full screen mode, single page. Is this actual page? This is the first page. This is full page, right? This is full page. I'll share. Just give us a minute. I'm sharing the screen for Chitrangana. We want to take stage in the meanwhile.
Audible? Here. Okay.
Yes,
Is the
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
Okay, for the Zoom people, you are audible. For
Okay.
in-person audience, it's very low.
Okay.
Okay, are you able to see the shared screen? Online audience?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
In-person audience? Yes, I'll put it for you.
Okay. Oh. That easy, wow. All right. Is it that? Cool. So I was still unsure on whether I should be doing this topic today, the theme today, essentially. But I believe we were destined to talk about this topic because 2 days back I saw this news that you are just seeing on your screen. The state of Los Angeles penalizing Meta in YouTube of $6 million on charges of creating unhealthy addiction in users. The relevance to my topic is uncanny, but dare I step back this time. So let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests and my fellow Toastmasters, how many of you have checked your phones in last 1 hour at least once without knowing why? I did it at least 10 times. Okay, almost all of you. I can't see. I should have shortened the window.
Yeah.
Last 5 minutes. All right.
Check again.
Is there anyone who has not? Because if someone from the online audience has really not raised his or her hand, here's my open invitation to become my life coach. Seriously. Okay. Don't bother. We are not going to straight away go into the self-help loop of how to control your mindset, be more conscious, etc. When we feel like it, we will do that, but not now. Right away, we will take a plunge into the mind of the devil to decode what's going on. Let's get informed about how these very apps like YouTube and Instagram use those super smart nuances of behavioral science to improve their engagement numbers. And their engagement numbers mean our screen time, scrolling and browsing. So raising the curtains on the hooked model. So
Yes, you.
I can just arrow. Okay. Yeah. So here is the hooked model. It was proposed by me, Ayal. We'll understand the model and then we will have a lot of discussion on what this model is doing and how to use it, how to divert this model from its intended use to the use that works for us. All right, so let me just explain how do you even read what you are seeing on your screen right now. So you can clearly see a loop. This loop is starting with something called a trigger. So now this trigger is nothing but a cue. This cue can be something external, like a simple notification, or something super basic, like just that fleeting moment of boredom or loneliness or FOMO that you feel simply sitting on a couch at your home all of a sudden, just after you have wrapped up your work, okay? For those of you who have turned your notifications off, save the smile, because even the colorful app icon on your screens is a trigger. Now this trigger follows an action. You at some point in time would have formed some association with that cue when you watched your first reel or your video. Now, every time this trigger is there, that action happens subconsciously. You start scrolling, you start browsing. With that action, what you do? You receive a reward. Your anxiety takes a backseat. Your FOMO is muted. Okay, I am seeing a lot of people now. And suddenly your need for social connection is totally taken care of. So all is sorted. This reward, by the way, is too hard to let go of, right? So in our mind, we establish how important it is for us to invest time on the app, and we start building more assets of investment. We start making more posts, we start expanding our connections, and which make these things make the triggers now even more and more pervasive, bigger and better. And the loop continues. Okay. You know what else is super addictive? Like our distinguished Toastmaster Sourav that already mentioned, the Gabbys meeting happening on a Saturday at 10 a.m. So just taking a pause from this science for a bit, I would want you to take a dive into some terrific storytelling as well that we have in store today. Today's meeting is structured in 3 broad sections: prepared speeches, table topics, and evaluation. The one person who is closely monitoring the entire meeting, our big boss for the day, is our general evaluator. The general evaluator for the day is Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. Toastmaster Paduka has been a Toastmaster for more than 4 years. She is a past area director of Area B1, District 92, with more than 14 years of professional experience in automotive segment. She is a project manager and a solution architect. So let's hear from our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan.
Rise and shine, Gabbys, in another fine Saturday morning. So I'm a general evaluator for today, and my role is to evaluate a complete meeting, because what gets measured gets improved. Similarly, what gets evaluated in Toastmasters gets enriched, right? So with that, I also have 3 musketeers with me to evaluate this complete meeting proceedings for today. So firstly, I would like to call upon the timer for today, Toastmaster Kritika Kumari. Right. So Toastmaster Kritika Kumari is a data engineer from Mercedes-Benz. And she, of course, that also indicates she has a very strong analytical and engineering expertise, which is also my domain. So Kritika, Toastmaster Kritika, over to you.
Thank you, Paduka, for a lovely introduction. So good morning, Toastmaster and dear guests. So today I will be playing the role of timer, and I will be noting the time for prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation part. So for prepared speech, after 5 minutes, I will show a green card. After 6 minutes, I will show a yellow card, and after 7 minutes, I will show a red card. After that, speakers have to wrap up their speech in 30 seconds. And for table topic, the timing is 2 minutes. After 1 minute, I will show a green card. After 1.5 minutes, I will show a yellow card. And after 2 minutes, I will show a red card. After that, this table topic speaker have to wrap up their speech, table topic speech. And for evaluation, the time is 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, I will show a green card. After 2.5 minutes, I will show a yellow card, and after 2 or 3 minutes, I will show a red card. And I will show my report when I will be called upon by general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Toastmaster Kritika, just a small clarification. Can you also explain the audience how you will show the green card, yellow card, and red card? So that especially the guest.
So for green card after 5 minutes for prepared speech, then yellow, and then red card.
All right. So for everyone else, you have to look at the screen in the online audience. So she will be changing her cards with green, yellow, and red. And especially guests, please do note down the table topics timing as well, where generally I have observed that people get confused as well. With that, thank you very much, Toastmaster Kritika. And now let's move on to the second role taker for today, who is our language evaluator, Toastmaster Ashwin Prasad. So Toastmaster Ashwin is a B.Arch graduate from NIT Hamirpur, and he's an architect in Bangalore who has worked on a global workplace design project, originally from Kerala, but loves to explore new places, food, meeting people, and of course, our Gabbys meeting too is what I guess. With that, over to Toastmaster Ashwin.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for that introduction. So today, my role is the language evaluator. So I would be the one person who is forced to listen the whole meeting carefully so that you don't miss out or have anything pronounced wrongly, or I'd be noting down the right usages of language and also the uses of rhetorical devices. And I also come up with something more interesting. So I give a gift. So the gift is, of course, the word of the day. So which is something which I encourage everyone to sprinkle it throughout your sessions whenever you have the opportunity. So let me introduce the word of the day, which is the most interesting part of it. So the word of the day is cogent. Cogent, C-O-G-E-N-T. So the meaning is something clear, logical, and convincing. So it's basically anything like an argument that is an easy to understand or hard to disagree with. So that's cogent. So I can give a use case like an example. So the TMOD has a cogent statement regarding habit forming products. Or it could be like a speaker delivered a cogent argument supported by clear points. So getting back at my role, so my role basically combines what grammarian does and also what Ankur does. So there is nothing actually whereas there is a wrong usage of grammar, but there's always something to improve. So that's what the whole idea is. We are always bound to mistakes, but nothing is always mistake. It's a growing curve. So I will note down all the right usages and the areas of improvement, and also, of course, encourage to use the word of the day. I'll be noting that down as well, and I will mention when I'm called upon by the General Evaluator. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashwin. So let's take a look how many of you are using the word of the day, cogent. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And with that clear and lucid and cogent iteration of his role, let's move on to the next role taker for today, listener, which is Toastmaster Muskan Rahman. So she's a fresh BCA graduate and who is walking on the runway as a model, bringing characters to life as an actor and expressing rhythm through dance. With that, let me hand it over to Toastmaster Muskan to explain her role for today.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good morning, fellow Toastmaster and guest. So in the world of product design, the ultimate goal is to capture your attention and turn it into a habit. Today, my role as a listener to see how well our speakers have successfully hooked yours. In the meanwhile, I will be debugging the session, noting down the key details and specific facts shared. At the end of the meeting, I'll be testing your user retention with a few quick questions to see who stayed plugged in and who went on standby. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muskan. So with this three role takers, I would say more of someone, or not all three of us, or I must say there's one more. I just would like to acknowledge DTM Nancy Goel as a Zoom moderator who will be helping us throughout this meeting. So all these 5 people are going to evaluate each and every point right from the beginning till the end, and we will submit the reports when we are called upon. With this, over to the Toastmaster of the today, Toastmaster Chaithra. I'm sorry, Toastmaster Chaithra. Yeah. Did I make a mistake?
Chitrangana.
Yeah, Chitrangana. I'm so sorry. Yeah, over to you, TMOD of today.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Paduka. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Oh my God, I was actually checking my phone in the last 2 minutes, and that caused this lapse of judgment. All right. Okay. So we have wonderful speeches lined up today. So stay tuned. I was just reading through the titles of the speeches, and I thought, okay, the takeaways are going to be rewarding. And speaking of reward, I think the model that is sitting there on the screen, the reward part of it needs some more due attention. Do you wonder at all that this reward, which is supposed to be something good and positive, how this reward itself drives you beyond your mindful streak of actions and you start doing something which is uncontrollable? So let me tell you something interesting that happened way back, which was in 1950s. Some scientist was there. He conducted one experiment on two pigeons. What he did was, two pigeons were kept in different cages. There was a button. As soon as they pressed the button, he would give them food. Now, one of the pigeons was given food every time he pressed the button, and the other pigeon was giving food sometimes. Sometimes he was given, and sometimes he wasn't. At the end of the experiment, he concluded that the second pigeon, which was given food, not always, but just sometimes, ended up pressing the button more often, more frequently. So that is the magic of variable reward. If it is predictable, boring. But if it is variable, if it happens sometime and doesn't happen sometime, that keeps the hook. That keeps the hook on. That makes you going. So, okay, for next couple of minutes, I'm just going to quickly open the forum for all of you to share that what kind of rewards do you get with the same apps that we all engage with, starting with, let's say, Instagram. Kills your, yeah, it kills your time. So it kind of resolves your boredom, of course. What else do we have? What kind of, for example, for me, the satisfaction of just receiving a like on any of my posts or a view itself is the kind of reward which makes my day. I know this is crazy, but it is true. Do we have people? Yeah, go on, Ankur.
For example, all these games, the video games,
yeah,
they are inherently based on this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, a very famous game PUBG.
Yeah.
They intentionally sometimes make you lose so that you don't get into that habit of being at the top. And the more variable the game, the more it is. So, otherwise, as you said, that once you keep talking or keep using, you get all these video games.
Yeah. I think there is a big ship on the coast of Goa, which is right now thriving on the principle that you just shared, because all the roulettes and all those games that keep on happening there, the casinos, I think that's how they function and keep on making money. Do we have, okay, how about the audience, the online audience? Why don't you share something from your the apps or the platforms that you use, like LinkedIn, WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Snapchat?
So I would say,
okay, yeah.
Can I
go on?
Yeah, so I would say more of Netflix and all those binge watching movies and I would say web series apps, because I love stories, even in terms of books or in terms of video. But video is something, it brings the visualization in pictures. So if I start a story, I cannot stop it until I complete the complete story. So that's there tonight. Yeah.
Of course. So all the moments that you are spending being transported to a different beautiful world, that is your variable reward, Toastmaster Paduka. Do we have more people who want to share?
Can I go ahead? I'm Ashwini.
Of course, go on.
Yeah, for me, the reward is mostly I am suppressing my anxiousness of not being productive. So whenever I have time and I don't feel like doing anything, I just open YouTube Shorts and that just goes endlessly. In the it kind of I'm suppressing that feeling of not being productive, and I just go on. This goes for an hour. So what reward I'm getting out of this is that emotion that I'm able to suppress. So, but the bad part is after I realize that I have been suppressing this again, I just go into that loop of not being productive again.
Yeah, of course. It's super. Okay. This was Ashwini. Okay, I thought this Toastmaster was not speaking.
No, she's yet to speak.
All right. So Toastmaster Ashwini, very true. And do you wonder that by scrolling, it seems that this time period itself has got completely erased from our day, and there is really no sense of, okay, having wasted that time. for whatever 5-10 minutes we were engaged in scrolling.
To me, I think it's more like the friends I got connected with through all this WhatsApp and Instagram, which we got separated eventually for our careers or study purposes. So that's the hook for me, which I actually happens.
The connections sometimes do turn out to be meaningful, but as long as we get to spend time with those connections offline as well, I believe the goodness of those connections stays on the platform itself and erodes after that. All right. So here, can we move on to the next slide? So I just wanted to share one example on what was my variable reward. So it so happens that I maintain 2 accounts, one for my own and one for my baby. So I tell myself that, okay, I'm not a very ardent user of Instagram, but because I have a baby and I really need to preserve his memories, I am supposed to operate Instagram. That is explanation I give to myself. So, and that's how I justify to myself, okay, whatever time I'm spending on Instagram, I'm actually preserving his memories. I am supposed to operate only his account, but then if you see, always and always, there are some notifications against my account as well. And if I open those 5 chats and whatever, there will be nothing. It's going to be years back for some messages, which is going to be like totally meaningless for me, but still that would make me log into my account and do some random scrolling. So this is my variable reward, like all of us have across different platforms. Now moving on to the most interesting part of the session, which is our prepared speeches. We have 2 wonderful speakers ready to share their stories with us. The first speaker of the day is Toastmaster Chaithra Lakshminarayan. Toastmaster Chaithra is a compliance lawyer and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She's a bird watcher and a proud mother of a beautiful newborn daughter, Olive. Wow. Toastmaster Chaithra will be evaluated by distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta today. He's very much present, and if he keeps his phone down, he will be ready to. Toastmaster Chaithra is attempting the pathways engaging with humor. She's at level 1. The project is Introduction to Vocal Variety in Body Language. It's the project number 3. Her speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Do we have the timer taking note of the time? The speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Toastmaster Chaithra, the Taskmasters Reset. The Taskmasters Reset, Toastmaster Chaithra.
Thank you so much, TMOD, Chitrangana. That. That, fellow Toastmasters, is the rhyme of my morning. It's a garment selection. While pink, amber, for 31 years have lived in flight mode. If a problem arrived, I ran. If a walkout beckoned, I hide. I was so sedentary that my phone once set me on a notification asking if I'd like to set a goal for walking. And I deleted the app. I was 31, but my brain was a lazy toddler who refused to put on her shoes. But here is the thing about habits. They're like terms and conditions on this device. We just scroll to the bottom and click agree without reading the fine little prints there. The fine print for my laziness was a mounting stack of prescriptions. Then came the ultimate system update. My daughter, Olive. Suddenly, I had a cogent reason to change. Cogent means clear, logical, and convincing. Let me tell you, a crying newborn is the most cogent argument for getting your act together that I have ever encountered. She didn't need a compliance lawyer. She needed a mother who could actually stand up without her knees sounding like a bag of dry crackers. I started reading Art of Thinking Clear, The Courage to Be Disguised, How to Free Yourself, Surrounded by Idiots. Children, God's gift to humanity. So true. I learned about variable rewards and dopamine loops. I became an expert on how other people form habits. I was reading about running while sitting on the sofa eating chips. My mouth even now waters. And it used to water at the sight of a masala dosa. While my body sat me a formal legal notice that was sent across. Cease and desist. I realized I had a child for 31 years. You know who? You'll be surprised. My own brain. And she was throwing tantrums because I hadn't given her a task. She didn't need mercy. She needed a mission. Yes, she needed a mission. That breakthrough didn't happen in those books. It happened in this bag. Specifically, it happened when I started going back to the Bangalore GBS office. Work from office has been my salvation. At the office, I'm a machine. I drink water because it's on my desk. I eat on time because the clock says so. I figured out that my personal life lacked that one thing that my professional life has in abundance: discipline. I'm doing damage control now. It is slow. It is, in fact, very slow. But I am replacing pill loop with the cuckoo, cuckoo bird watching loop. I start with the birds and the sunrise, and I am to end with laughter. I used to want to please the world so much, I wanted the outside to look perfect, while the inside was rattling with tablets. But I figured out the secret formula. If you set the inside the right, the outside is just the output. Earlier, when I had to get ready to the office, I'm sure post COVID, all of us started looking at the mirror to look fine. I used to look at myself. This wasn't me that I had in my mind. Why have I become so bulky? I used to be very slim. Why do I have all of these? What happened to my face? Oh, I look so bad. I don't know how I'm going to face the society again. Because this isn't my appearance as per my perception. And then I realized, if you reset the inside, the outside is just the output. It's the printer's result. It will restore itself. I am no longer living in mercy. I am living in tasks. Stop waiting for someone to move for you. No one can. But once you accept the truth, start moving. That 31 old years of you, your little brain, you'll find the courage to stop eating medicines and start eating life. I feel much better, but I have a long, long journey to go to feel fully better from inside. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Chitrangana Singh.
That was a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Chaithra Lakshminarayan. Even we are taught that 5 minutes of execution beats weeks and weeks of idea grooming. All right, moving on to the next speaker of the day, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. Toastmaster Rahul Swami is a fitness enthusiast and a marketing analyst at Sanofi, Hyderabad, with over 4 years of work experience. An ambitious strategic thinker with a knack for learning new things, he has come back to the Gabbys to continue his public speaking journey. In his free time, he loves to work out, spend time with his pets and family.
I don't see Rahul in the room.
Do we have Toastmaster Rahul in the meeting room?
He joined, then dropped, and then you call for a 5 minutes break and we'll come back with the details.
All right, okay. I think we need to spend some time in finding Toastmaster Rahul Swami. I think he went away to check his phone. And that reminds me that it's been a while since some of us have checked our phones, and I think we should take a break and do that. Because what if some of us have got a call from the United Nations to become a peace envoy? Because that's how important we are, and that is something which is surely not to be missed. All right, let's regroup in 5 minutes, all of us.
कहाँ से?
Okay. I hope we have everyone back from the break. And I hope Toastmaster Rahul Swami is here and ready. Can you give a confirmation, Toastmaster Rahul?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
All right. So Toastmaster Rahul, who I have introduced already, is attempting evaluation and feedback project of the Pathways Presentation Mastery. He's at level 1. His speech is 5 to 7 minutes timer. please take a note. His speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Do we have the timer ready?
Yes. Yes.
Toastmaster Rahul will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Toastmaster Mamta Jain, are you here?
Yeah, I am here.
Awesome. So here we go. Toastmaster Rahul Swami, what's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? Toastmaster Rahul Swami.
Have you ever wished to find a suitcase full of cash which belongs to nobody? Guess what? I have. I wish so many times. But let me tell you one story related to it, but not exactly. So one day I was working out in the gym, 8 a.m. in the morning. I was on the treadmill running for 20 minutes and trying to prepare for my upcoming marathon. I was tired, full of sweat, but still wanted to push. So I had a window in front of my gym's treadmill, and there I was watching the view outside. And that time I saw that it was completely empty. There was no one in the morning except one person. He was walking by that road and he was very well dressed with nice tie, suit, carrying a goggle and also a suitcase in his hand. I was wondering he must be a businessman and he was in so much hurry. But something caught my eye. Something fell off from his pocket and it was an envelope. It was a white envelope and he was not able to notice it when he lost it while rushing to his work or something else. And I was very curious to know what exactly is that he left and went away so fast. But as usual, I had to finish my workout. I had 5 minutes more, and after that, I finished the workout and went downstairs to see that whether that envelope is still there or not. I rushed to the side and just checked, and it was still there. I noticed if nobody is watching, I would like to pick it up. And then I suddenly see that it's smelling so nice and it has cash in it. I found 100 rupees, 5 notes. That means 500. And I was feeling like I won a lottery. And I was about to keep it in my pocket. But suddenly, I see in front of me that there there is a mother and her two child, which she is carrying on her shoulders, and um, she was passing by on the road and asking for food for her kids, and people being very ignorant about her, and also one of the kid was having a limp, but they were not having any mercy. I felt sudden empathy or sympathy to that lady, and I saw that she was tired after trying again and again and again on the traffic lights to ask for some money or food. I decided to use this money and buy something for her kids and herself. As soon as I came by, I saw that she was not there. To my surprise, I was wondering whether I lost her and bought this food for no one. But then, after going back to my home, I again saw that lady. And this time, I just parked my vehicle and gave her the food which I had bought for her and her kids. After receiving the food, she felt so emotional, and that instead made me emotional too. And I think the kids were smiling, and that smile was priceless, more than that 500 rupees which I got from that place around the gym. And this taught me something, that as we grow older, we're always rushing, we're always going to the best, going for earning more money, and we are not uh, having that giving heart. As you might have known that, you know, there's some meme going around so many times that when we grow older, our heart shrinks, but our brain or our uh, greediness increases. That's um something which we should always think about, and we should always give back to the community, because there are so many people who who are below us and who need our help. That's the lesson which I got from that incident. Thank you, and back to you, tabletop. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. That was a thought-provoking personal anecdote. All right. Do you know that short form of video, which is under 90 seconds, draws 2.5 times more engagement than the long form of video? And that's why we have a strategic table topics section in our Gabbys meeting, where we have 1 to 2 minutes of speeches attempted by talented speakers. So here's to the next 15 to 20 minutes of meaningful scroll for all of you. The table topics master for today is Toastmaster Basavaraja. He is a graduate with 15 plus years of extensive experience in the automotive ADAS domain, passionate about delivering safe and robust driver assistance systems. Fancy. He's currently working as a test manager, leading test execution and quality assurance for complex ADAS projects. Do we have you in the meeting, Toastmaster Basavaraja?
Yes.
All right, I can see you on the screen. Over
Yeah.
to you.
Good morning, Toastmaster and guest. So before going to the table topic session, let me start with a simple question. So how many of you checked your phone in the last 10 minutes? Of course, we got 5 minutes break. So most of us would have checked, right? So welcome to today's table topic session. The theme is the science of habit forming products. So as I like to call it, why we open apps for 2 minutes and come back after 2 hours, right? From Instagram Reels to YouTube Shorts, from just one notification to leave our phone, that is battery at 2%, right? So let's warm up with some easy questions in the beginning. Let's explore our habits. So I have listed down few names. I will go accordingly the table topic to the respective Toastmasters. First, I would like to ask Nancy. Nancy, you were able to hear me, right?
Yes, I'm here. One
Yeah.
second. Okay, can you see me now?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you see me? You
Yes.
can hear and see me. I'm asking online people.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, here is the question. So what's the first app you check in the morning and why?
WhatsApp. Because some notification.
Rahul, that's not for you. That's a question for me. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for answering this question on my
Sorry.
behalf. Uh, Definitely, it's WhatsApp without fail. That's the first app that I check when I wake up in the morning. I look for messages from clients. I look for messages from my partner. I look for messages from my team members. And then I look for messages from Gabbys members, from VP Education of the other club, from the XCOM. And I look for messages in all the groups that I have signed up for. I look for messages, whatever comes in the morning. Now, this is my habit without fail. And I have tried living without this habit for some time, but it didn't happen at all. But I found a workaround. What was my workaround? I need good time sleep. I need a sleep which is having no distractions at all. So I put my sleep timer on from 12 o'clock in the midnight till 7:30 in the morning. So till 7:30, no beep beep, no tring tring, no messages. Even if there are messages coming on my phone, I don't get to know. And after 7:30, my phone starts beeping. Actually, it's beeping before that as well. But after 7:30, when it beeps, I know that I'm done with my sleep and it's time to wake up, get back to work. And that's been my habit, and that's been my first app. After WhatsApp, what do I check? Email, Gmail, and then rest of the apps. That's been my way for life. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, interesting. The WhatsApp clearly has a VIP access to your brain, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Next, I would like to go to Madhav. Madhav, you were there?
Yes, he's here.
Okay. So I think you can come on screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Do you control your phone or does your phone controls you?
Sorry. Interesting question. I'd say it's more like my habits which controls me. It's because the phone is also eventually the habit which I create. So it's like a vicious cycle. To be honest, I'm not sure of how to answer that question properly.
Yeah, good that you tried. You're honest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I say the phone controls me, it's really about how my lifestyle goes. To be honest. So now there are a few days where obviously I'm gonna detach myself. I'm gonna spend time for myself. I go out, work out, try to have fun for myself. And then there are those days where I'm busy. I have schedules, I have my practice sessions. I have to go and study for my exams. So now then it's all over me. Now I have no other dependence other than that one virtual screen, which essentially holds my entire life in that. So there I am trapped in that situation. So now I'm pretty sure there are many people I've seen that in the whole lifestyle they're trapped in their phones. They're facing now many issues I've seen nowadays, such as anxiety, depression. So now they have lost touch with their world. So for them, I feel that one tiny screen has now decided their life, and it's affecting them in a bad way. Well, and then others who are more productive in that matter. So there I've seen many CEOs, my teachers, who has used these apps, their own presentation slides. They have used that to educate us as well, although that they do go around using their phones and devices. Ultimately it's for our benefit. So yeah, in this modern day and life, I say it's pretty obvious that they do affect our actions. And yeah, it's we have to work around a way to we should remind ourselves that yeah, we are also existing here. Our mind matters, and It is we as a human being that is being controlled by that one small screen. Yeah, so thank you. That's the end.
Yeah, thanks for giving no honest answer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Next, I'll go to Samita Kar. I hope you're able to hear me.
Yes, I am.
You are the CEO of social media company. How would you make your app addictive? And what's one habit you are proud of building?
Wow, that is a lovely proposition. CEO of social media. Okay. Now, being the CEO, I'll act responsibly. Making it addictive is easy because it has already been done, tried and tested. We are hooked onto social media. Apart from that, what I would love to do is that after you have scrolled for a certain amount of time, there will be a beep telling you that your time is up. You can set up your time and you can definitely stop working on your time. The feed will stop automatically. And second, what I will give is you can select what you would love to learn within the next few days. And those are the things that will come to your feed, nothing else. And third, as a CEO, since I will be having so much power, I would definitely like to make it more the whole concept of AI coming and taking over right now will be something which that will stop. Normal human beings are there. The bots and all can be stopped uh, more precisely. So these are the things that I will do. I don't know whether the social media will be so popular after all those things. But yeah, definitely I would love to do these things to make the social media platform a safer place, better place, more for learning, enjoying definitely, but stopping at the right time, not taking too much time of our day.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was insightful. Clearly worth keeping that habit. Yeah. So next I will go to Sonu Luhia. I hope you are there, right? Are you able to hear me, Sonu Lohia?
Yes, she just turned on her camera. 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Here is the question. So if your phone could talk, what would it complain about you?
If I can you please
If your
repeat?
phone could talk, if your phone could talk,
Okay.
what would it complain about you?
Okay. If my phone could talk, like what happens is when I see when I scroll for when I scroll for long, I myself have a guilt feeling. So I am not able to come out of the guilt feeling. At the same time, I also want to spend time with my phone, especially after a stressed work day when I don't want my brain is already switched off. Then I am hooked on to my phone, and then after that. It really relaxes me. It gives me a kind of energy also, and to get to do something. But after spending maybe 1 hour or something, I always think that why I have even opened it, even though it is helping me. I don't know. I am not able to come out of that guilt. So I think the phone would complain to me that why you are hooked on to me. I am helping you, and then you are, kind of. Uh, not happy with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So if it's the same questions to me, my phone would have been told, please stop opening without purpose. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. Ashwini and right? You're there, Ashwini?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, here is the question. So, if laziness was an Olympic sport, which habit would win you gold?
If laziness was an Olympic sport,
Which
which
habit
habit?
would win you gold?
My favorite habit is to do nothing, and by doing nothing I should have money flowing in. So if laziness had an Olympic sport, I would say me just binge watching Friends and Game of Thrones all the time, but I should be getting gold medal. So that's what is the sport that I would opt for. So why this, I'm not sure, because uh, my mind says, okay, this is good and this feels good. It's just not binge watching. While you are binge watching, you can munch, and the kind of feeling that you get while you're munching and watching your favorite series, it's amazing. It's just amazing. So yes, if I had a sport that I could name which can be put as a laziness, this is what I would do. Over to you. I'm
Thank you.
so used to that 1 minute table topic, which happens on Tuesdays. I'm not able to speak long. Yeah. Anyway, over to
That's
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a world record performance right there. Yeah. Okay. Do we have some time? Go for next question. Or
Yes.
okay, Noor Muhammad. I think I wanted to ask a question. Yeah. Are you there, Noor Muhammad? Okay, somebody able to see Noor in the call?
Noor is not there. You can go for Sourav. One more, last in person.
Yeah, Sourav, I think. What is the one small habit that can completely change your life?
How many of you have heard about the 21-day challenge?
Yeah.
How many of you have heard about the 20-mile challenge? When you combine 21 day with 20 mile, you can Google what's 20 mile, wonders happen. It happened with me, till 2017 to 2019. I got into great shape. I used to go to the gym regularly. I used to work out. And I was so addicted to working out that if there was one day I did not work out, I felt like that I'm missing something. I would hit the gym even sometimes at 9:30, almost literally begging the gym manager, "Ek ghanta kar lene do, at least 1 hour, let me please do the gym." And then COVID happened. Most of us had it. I had it twice. The second time, the doctor almost said, "It's over. Pack your bags." But somehow God had other plans. Then I had a heart attack, a minor one. So God was still not ready to take me back home. Then I had a major accident. I was thrown off the bike, broke my ribs, and had multiple fractures. I threw away my gym gloves. I threw away all my gym wears because I knew no more working out. Can't even think about it. And then suddenly one day, something happened. Why it happened, what triggered me, I still don't know. Maybe someone's comment, maybe something that I've read. But I suddenly felt, no, I need to go back to that habit. I need to start working out. And I just randomly walked into a gym and I paid the money. It's been 3 months ever since. Almost every single day, I'm now working out for the last 3 months, and I know that I am improving. It's very difficult. My shoulder hurts, my chest hurts, my back hurts. Every time I cross 150, I get scared that will I go home or will I go to the hospital? But still, I come coming back with better resolve, with that fierce humility and resolve every day, because now it's a habit. Thank you. Back to you, teaching.
Yeah, that was insightful answer. Sometimes small habits create the biggest transformation. So this is one of the live example. So today we discussed something interesting. We think we control our habits, but sometimes our habits that control us. So next time, whenever you pick your phone, just say 5 minutes and remember this session, because habits are not built in a day, but they are built daily. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Basavaraja. The topics were super interesting. Insightful too. I got to hear someone taking up the role of CEO of social media platform and bringing a change. I hope that day comes soon, because choosing this theme is actually a cry for help for me. Now, as we speak and as we are checking our phones, there are product managers sitting in the San Francisco Bay Area, laughing and being happy about the numbers that we are giving them. Okay, this is Chitra. See, her engagement is going like this. This is Ashwin right now, and he's scrolling, and see, I can see some success there. In the same way, we have our general evaluator and the entire evaluation team, who are the product managers of our challenge of communication today, and they have been monitoring and they have been preparing a feedback on all our speeches, the prepared ones and the table topic speeches today. For that, I would want to pass the baton to the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan now. Toastmaster Paduka Kannan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh. Let's start with our general evaluation report. And first, we will start with the evaluators report for the speeches, starting with the speaker one for today for Toastmaster Chaithra Lakshminarayan. So the evaluator for her was distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. So we all know, of course, the DTM Sourav, and he has been already introduced. So I'll not waste much time on that particular part. So with that, I'm handing over the stage to distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Over to you, Sourav.
Can we have Chaithra on the spotlight?
She's tagged, but maybe she's not on the screen. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Kritika, you can start with that. I think none of us here have an iota of doubt that Chaithra is very good with her body language, micro expressions, and her vocal variety. Her voice modulation, the way she talks on the screen, the way she comes across and keeps us hooked onto the screen to her speech, that is not easy to do. Doing the different type of voices, like her daughter talking to her or her husband talking to her, these variations, at least for me, even after being a public speaker for almost 15 years and in Toastmaster for 10 years, for 5 years, I still struggle to do even that basic A talking to B and B talking to C. Even if A, B, and C are almost in the same age group. And here talking like a kid to a mother and then a mother responding back to a child is very difficult. So as far as the project objective of this particular project is concerned, I think it's 100% fulfilled. If anything, this speech should probably be one of those that goes into the Toastmaster tutorials of how to use effectively body language and vocal variety. But this speech is not only about this project. The project is a guide, is a guardrail, but the speech is more than the project. So the question that I have for Chaithra is, what is the objective of this speech? Why did we listen to your story? What did you want us to do with this story? You wanted us to resonate with it? You wanted us to understand your pain? You wanted us to be a part of your journey? You wanted us to take some learning from it. And what we should do after listening to you for 5 to 7 minutes, we invested 5 to 7 minutes of our time, of our life, time into your speech. So what's the ROI that are we looking for? Information? Inspiration? Intriguing? I'm confused. Because the speech does not share any information, which I did not know. There's no knowledge transfer that happened. Inspiration came at the very end, almost when the red lights were up. When I think Chaithra was in a rush to finish, and I was also losing patience because I saw the red light. So if the purpose is inspiration, the inspiration should come much before and stronger. Saying that if I can chuck the pill, so can you. If I can do a reset, so can you. If I can get my life back, so can you. Something like this, something ahead. So that stays with me and I go back with a renewed vision that if Chaithra can, so can I. Somewhere, as speakers, we always need to keep in mind, if we get the stage, why are we taking the stage? What do we want to do with the time? That's it for you, Chaithra. Great speech, great message, great body language, great vocal variety. Just let's be a little clear. Why are we listening to you? Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. I loved your evaluation personally. So good part is you have started including the commendations as well, right, to the speakers. And one part which I really love in your evaluation is always you come to the crux of the part where we have to modify, right? So where you said with respect to the purpose of the speech, which I thoroughly agree with it, because we spent 5 to 7 minutes, right? So what did we get away from that? That's a very, very crucial one to make people to sit and listen to it. Good that you have addressed that. Thank you very much. I don't have much comments with respect to your evaluation today. With that, let me move on to the second evaluator for today, which is Toastmaster Mamta Jain, who is going to evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Rahul Swami. And Toastmaster Mamta Jain, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Toastmaster Mamta Jain brings a unique blend of creativity and logic. And she's a visual designer and an engineer as well, which I loved about it. I mean, creativity has its own perks, I would definitely say. And of course, she has joined Toastmaster with a clear and inspiring goal to become a more confident and impactful speaker as well. So with that, over to you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, to evaluate Toastmaster Rahul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Padka. Toastmaster Rahul, congratulations on your speech today. What is in your pocket? Your topic created a suspense from beginning in your speech. Right from the beginning, you captured our attention with your confident presence. Your structure was clear, cogent, and easy to follow. You have a good eye contact, and the poses you gave, it was wonderful and gave time for the audience to absorb your message. Your content was rich with clear examples. While gymming, you saw a rich person left his wallet from his pocket, and you decided to help a poor person from that money. And you offered food to that lady, and you showed sympathy and kindness for that girl, and you gave a smile to that lady. And your message was also very wonderful. When we grow older and earn money, donate some part of it to the community for the help of poor and the needy. And now we move to some recommendations to make your speech even more impactful. I would encourage you to focus a little more on the variety of vocal expressions. Using changes in pitch and pace can highlight your key points even more effectively. And I would encourage you to while you were giving the hand gestures, they were hiding because there was a less distance between you and your camera. So the hand gestures were hiding. So maintain a proper distance between the camera and yourself. In conclusion, you delivered a meaningful and engaging speech. Your sincerity and the confidence were the biggest strength, and they left the lasting impression. And the best part of the speech was your message. This added value to your speech and made it more memorable. With just a few refinements in vocal expressions and the camera placement, you have the potential to become a truly powerful and inspiring speaker. I would like to hear more of your speeches in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Right. So one question, or this is because if you see his path is more on presentation mastery. He's giving a project 4 with evaluation and feedback. One thing which I was not clear was it a speech 1 or a speech 2, right? But anyhow, so my recommendations for you is yes, you did well. You were calm, composed. You were quite observant. I could see that from your comments. However, as I said, what is more important is to see also whether the Toastmaster has fulfilled the objective of the speech, right? If it is his first speech, then no issues. If it is a second speech, then we also need to know what was the feedback that it was given for his first speech and whether he has fulfilled it, right? So it is something of that sort. But however, also one more point is don't spend much time on what he said, right? Like what people will expect from an evaluator is what went well for them and what is the areas that they can improve. And if you want to talk about areas of improvement, then you have to give some examples so that they can understand better. So this is a simple structure, right? So if you're explaining him about like in the terms of like you said this, you said this, you said this, it is more as reiterating whatever he has said, right? Which is not expected from the evaluator. And so with the short time, you have to see what is that you can deliver, what is the value that you can deliver as an evaluator, right? But overall, it was a well done job. Definitely, yes, you're on the path to become an excellent evaluator with a bit of a tiny improvement here and there, especially adding the crux to the story is with that, I think you will become a good evaluator as well. All right, so with that, let me move on to the next evaluator for today, which is a specialty of our Gabbys Toastmaster Club, which is we have an evaluator for table topics as well. So I would like to welcome the table topics evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma. So Toastmaster Ankur is an entrepreneur and a computer science engineer who blends technology with business. He's committed deeply in improving lives of animals and driving lasting and meaningful change in the well-being as well. So with that, I would like to welcome Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma to evaluate all the table topic speeches for today. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Sorry, one query before that. Do I need to note the timing for this one also?
Yes, 3 to 4 minutes.
2 to 3 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes. 3 at green at 3 minutes, 3.5 is yellow, and 4 at red. Right?
Thank you, General Evaluator Paduka. Now, since I have got 3 minutes, I will structure my evaluation into 3 parts: what table topic speakers did well, what could have been better, and how can they improve. First table topic speaker was DTM Nancy. The topic was, what is the first thing you check in the morning? First thing I would like to applaud about DTM Nancy is the way she handled the interruption. I think these kind of sudden interruptions is also part of table topics, just like taking over a topic, right? And What I felt would have been better is the take. For sure, we as audience corrupted your thoughts. We didn't give you a chance to think. But how, I was just thinking, how could it have been better? Like maybe the first thing I would check is the time so that I can go back to sleep, or maybe my internal state, something funny, something philosophical. I was expecting that from you. So with that, I move on to the next table topic speaker, Madhav. Do you control your phone, or does your phone control you? First thing, congrats for taking over this, coming on the stage and being there for 1 minute and delivering it so well. You interrupted, you stopped earlier and still built so well on your topic. And I felt that there were things that were deep in between. You were very fluent, you handled it very well. One small suggestion for you when you come on the stages, you can take 30 seconds to think, like, what do I want to say? And also a small note for our table topic masters in the future. First thing that we didn't explain the role. So I think for guests, it was just difficult. I saw both the guests struggling to like reaching that 1 minute. Maybe I guess they were not very much aware that they have to mandatorily speak for 1 minute. First thing. And maybe you should stop calling table topics as questions, because we saw a little confusion in the audience while the first topic was given. So just a minor thing to note on the side for table topic master. Well done, Madhav. Toastmaster Samita. The topic was, if you are the CEO of social media company, how would you make the app productive and something? First thing, it was a very different take. She would make the apps like these a safer place, make it them to use to spread knowledge or responsibly, using AI to stop wars. Well done on the take, very different one. However, I feel that being the CEO of a social media company, the investors would be behind you if you try to remove the audience from your apps. Just a personal point. Either one more thing that I could see was that the conclusion could have been a little better. Like I was very much hooked to your topic, that you were using it so innovatively and in a very different way. But at the end, I was thinking that maybe a summary or something would have helped, because it was just one thing, the first point that you repeated in your conclusion. Over to Sonu. If your phone could talk, what would it complain about you, was the topic. You really built well. It related to your guilt, your story, very well presented. I would not say that it was very different, but it was very hooking. Like I would really have taken it in this way. But while I was writing the evaluation, I was thinking maybe phone could have talked about a little of your hypocrisy, or maybe that it is a burnt out employee of yours. A different takes maybe on the same topic. Moving on to Ashwini. If laziness was an Olympic sport, which habit will win you gold? Good take. Binge watching, do nothing. And I felt that there could have been a better take here. Like, first thing is that maybe due to Tuesday meetings, you didn't have a detailed practice of building on the topic. Keeping that aside, maybe a different take that we could have taken, or you could have taken, would be procrastination or strategic positioning, postponing, or overthinking. Just a different take than being a little very obvious. Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster DTM Sourav. What is one small habit that can completely change your life? First thing, I really love the stage presence of Sourav. When he comes up, the way he rubbed his hands and did this, as like, we are ready for something really good. I didn't note the content very much. However, I was noting the small points because he will be going for the area contest. The stage presence was really good, but at the point I felt that you were mostly looking in the screen. I was expecting that you look at us, first thing, and towards the right side and this downside. Maybe something to note down for the contest. However, you did really well when you were doing the evaluations. You were connecting to all of us. And I had some good points around evaluation. I'll tell later. But all the best for your area contest. I think it's division contest, right? Yeah. With that, I end my evaluation and hand it back over to General Evaluator, TM Paduka. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ankur. Right. So the first and foremost point for you is, yes, you did well. You observed everyone well. I could see it from the way that you have delivered each and every point, right? And you followed the science approach perfect. So you found the point which they did well, as well as you gave recommendation from your end as well. Put that on that side as well. Points recommendation from my side was number one, since you're standing on the stage. In fact, it's just not only for Toastmaster Ankur, but I've observed multiple members. You were too casual. People try to say I have a sideline right there, sideline over here. I'll explain in detail later as well. So, too casual on stage. And number two, you have to stick to whom you have to evaluate first. For example, you exceeded the time limit, right? Because you started giving evaluation for the table topics master, which is actually my role. So it is good that you're giving feedback or pointers, but after the meeting or offline. The reason why we are stating is majorly the time, right? You have, in fact, that the one that you are took up right now was a quite high pressure evaluation. You have very less time, but you have a lot of people to evaluate. Right. So these are the two recommendations from my end. With that, let me move on. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ankur. With that, let me move on to the report from our TAGL team. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kritika to deliver her timer report.
Thank you, Paduka. So I will start with the prepared speech. So Speaker Chaithra, she took around 9 minutes 23 seconds and 49 milliseconds. Speaker to Rahul, he took around 6 minutes 28 seconds and 98 milliseconds, so approx 7 minutes. Nancy, for table topic, Nancy, she took around 1 minute 40 seconds. Madhav, he took around 2 minutes 8 seconds. Samita, she took around 2 minutes 2 seconds and 42 milliseconds. Sonu, he took around 1 minute and 6 seconds. Ashwini, she almost took around 50 seconds. And Sourav, he took around 2 minutes 18 second and 98 milliseconds, approx 2 minutes 19 seconds. And for the evaluation part, Sourav, he took around 3 minutes 26 seconds. And evaluator Mamta, she took around 3 minutes 5 seconds. Yeah. And for listener evaluator Ankur, he took around 5 minutes 23 seconds and 40 milliseconds. So this is the report from timer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kritika. I presume is this your first time you're picking this up?
Yes.
Yeah, so well done. I would request everybody to give a good round of applause to her. So this is one of the roles which is quite tedious from our end, because you need to be very observant about every single minute. If you didn't do well, then the entire meeting would suffer. So well done on that particular part. I was in fact watching. I was a little bit worried in the beginning, but you did a good job in exactly changing the cards on time. So well done on that part. Now coming to the report that you're delivering, I would recommend, if you're noting it somewhere, note in some Excel or something. So you quickly, share your screen and show the report, right? And instead of reiterating each and every one, which is actually time consuming, also, what is the end value? Like, what is expected from a timer report is members have spoken within the time limit or not, right? If you're just iterating that, I don't understand whether is it within the time limit or not. Right now, in this particular timer report, I would recommend maybe later in the chat clearly mention who is within the time, who is not within the time, so that accordingly the polls can be created as well. Right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kritika. Well done. Let me move on to the next role taker for today, which is our language evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ashwin. I'm so sorry I'm messing up with the names, but
Ashwin.
Prasad. Yes, you got it. Yeah, sorry. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Paduka. So talking about the meeting was actually wonderful. There were like wonderful usages of the language, in fact. And in terms of the gift I was mentioning, so there were two people who were actually used the gift of, which is the word of the day. So it was the Toastmaster Chaithra who used it twice during her speech, and even the Toastmaster Paduka, who was a general evaluator. So let's give a huge round of applause for them. So moving towards the usages of the right and the wonderful usage I'm mentioning of the languages. So let me start with our Surgeon at Arms and also the first speaker, which was Toastmaster Chaithra. So for 31 years, I lived in flight mode, which is a metaphor. And she didn't need mercy, she needed mission, which was parallelism. And she was throwing tantrums, which was a good usage actually. Now moving towards our Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Wow, he had a lot of rhetorical devices filled in anything he speaks. So I have got hold of a couple of them. So it's mainly antithesis. So there was usages like, winning is not the only thing we believe, winning is the only thing we believe. This is deadly habit, but not a regrettable one. And then also, while giving the evaluation, it did mention use the rule of three or repetitions, where if you can, I can, 3 times, which was actually wonderful. And then there was a noteworthy phrase, which was, none of us here has an iota of doubt. The vocabulary of iota is not something we use. So it's always encouraged to use new vocabularies, or also use the word of the day, which can actually build in the habit and becomes part of our communication or when we do speak. And then it was the Toastmaster, Chitrangana Singh, the Toastmaster of the day. The goodness of the platform stays within and erodes over time, which was parallelism. And the relevance of this is uncanny, the use of word uncanny. And there were like some instances where it was mentioned like some scientist was there while narrating a story. Rather, it was like there was a scientist, and then you can begin the narrative as well. And then we have our table topic master, who had a lot of humor built in his speech and in the communication he was delivering. And he also did use, like, WhatsApp clearly has a VIP access to your brain, which is actually like a hyperbole or an exaggeration or even a personification of WhatsApp as an application. And then he mentioned, why do we open our phones for 2 minutes and come back after 2 hours, which is actually wonderful use. And then we have our general evaluator, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. So she did mention in the beginning for coining the term of evaluation, where we mentioned we get evaluated and we get enriched, which is actually parallelism. And then moving on to our speakers, our second speaker, I just need to mention one point wherein he did mention while he was conveying his story that I found 100 rupees 3 notes. Rather, it should have been I found 3 notes of 100 rupees or something of that sort. And towards the end of his speech, he mentioned there are many people below us, but rather it should have been like there are so many people less fortunate than us or something of that sort. And then moving on to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, while mentioning about the eye contact, she did mention you have a good eye contact. Rather, it was in the past. So it should have been you had a good eye contact or you maintain a good eye contact. And towards the table topic speeches, you have a very little time. So, in that point of time of 1 minute, it's more appreciable to come here and deliver. So that's the whole appreciated part or the encourageable part in it. So you don't actually need to be bothered about the language. So I didn't actually, I'm not mentioning it here. But there are a couple of, one speaker did mention that you can stop working on your time. Rather, it should have been you should start working on your time. But overall, there have been wonderful usages of rhetorical devices, good vocabulary, as the fun-filled English has been rightfully used. And next time, just one suggestion is the gift the language evaluator gives you much more than. So back to my general evaluator, Toastmaster Paduka.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashwin. It was quite a cogent evaluation, I must say. Right. So, of course, what I loved about yours was you quite observed throughout the meeting. I've noted each and every one point. So thank you. That is well done on that particular part. And recommendation from my side is you have to take note of the time that you're spending on stage, right? So there was so much of fillers explaining about what is the advantage of a table topics, right? Which you could cut it down. You can stick to your evaluation pointers. And also, when you're telling any wrong usages or incorrect usages, I would recommend not to take the member's name. So rather than, we can just type out what can be corrected in the meeting. With that, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ashwin. Let me move on to my final report. I promise I'll keep it quick. Right. First thing, we started on time, and to the SAA. Oh, I'm extremely sorry.
Yes.
Yes, Toastmaster Muskan. I'm extremely sorry. So let's hear it from her. Over to you.
Okay, I'll be really quick because I have done a really hard work pointing out this question. Okay, for the warm-up of mine, the first one is really simple one. Which one is the app TTM Nancy Goel ma'am use when she wakes up?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Yes, correct. But our TMOD mentioned a specific Instagram account she is hooked to preserve memories. What was the account name, ID name?
Baby is one.
Baby Virat Singh.
Yes, Baby Virat Singh. Correct. Okay. Our TTM Sourav Dutta mentioned a weight limit which he is feared of going home or hospital, something around. Which was that weight?
150.
I think more than 150.
Anyhow.
It's 150. Okay. Let's Ashwini shared her favorite shows binge watch in the table topic, which was these two shows she mentioned.
Game of Thrones and Friends.
Yes, correct. Okay. The last one is TMOD Chitrangana mentioned one hook model in her PPT, who was the main author of that hook model? The name of the person. Yay, correct. Everyone did listen to today's all the speeches and all. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muskan, and apologies once again for missing you out. So let me go to my evaluation report. Yes, the meeting did start on time, and Toastmaster Chaithra, the essay for today was quite calm, composed, lucidly iterated each and every rule. So well done on that particular part, Toastmaster Chaithra. My one recommendation for you is, you're the first person that we see, so bring a little bit of more energy, right? So you just need to wake us up right in the meeting, right? So, but overall, you did well, a good job. With a little bit of an energy, it would be much more a fantastic start. And coming to a presiding officer, yeah, thank you. So coming to a presiding officer's address, yeah, there's a lot of commendations as well. Of course, he did address our guest, and he did well with respect to the TMOD's intro. What I loved about the fact is he always brings, of course, being the presiding officer and someone who's known everyone in the meeting. So he do add his personal touch whenever he introduced someone. So I loved about that. And well, my recommendations for him is, the first and the foremost thing is, I'm not sure, but has he opened the meeting stating the meeting number or not? So if he had, and if I missed to note it down, my apologies. If you have not, then please start by opening the meeting with the meeting number, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And number two, of course, it is also indication of how far the Gabbys have come across, right? Especially if it is more than 100 or 200 meetings, that's sort of, an indication which is sort of a statement of our consistency. Number two, yes, another one problem which I observed was, you're too casual on stage, right? In fact, not only him, even the TMOD for today, you were too casual. Like, you were standing like this, the side pose. And so I felt it a little bit odd, especially seeing virtually as well, like people were too casual on the stage. With that, but rest of all the points, of course, you did a very fantastic address in opening the meeting. And coming to our TMOD for today, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh. well-prepared content. I loved your content. I could see that in your presentation as well. And you did have a very good audience engagement. This is the most factor for a TMOD, and there's a huge green tick on that particular part. And what I loved also about is the acknowledgement that you gave every single time when someone, any member spoke, and that's the transition that which is very important for a TMOD as well. And recommendation from my end for you is number one, why do you use a paper? I mean, you are quite good, and I also felt that you're speaking on your own as well. You don't. I mean, you can use cue cards, even if it is a paper, that's fine, but do not show very explicitly that you're reading from a paper, right? Because you're the Toastmaster for today. What we expect is an eye contact with the audience. If you're having a contact on a paper, it's sort of a distraction for me, right? And number two is certain small nuances. Like, for example, when you say regroup after 5 minutes, it would be better if you also tell the time, so that, let's say if it is 10:55, then people know they have to assemble at 10:55, because everybody has their own definition of 5 minutes as well. But overall, well done, Toastmaster, for today. It was quite an interesting topic, and I could see from the audience visualizing it, and everybody was completely engrossed onto that as well. Well done on that. And finally, of course, I must also need to commend our Zoom moderator, DTM Nancy Goel. Well done. I was observing not even a single moment she has missed to spotlight anybody on the screen as well. And of course, I have to evaluate our Table Topics Master, Basavaraja, as well. So before going ahead, Basavaraja, I would like to know, is this your first time taking your Table Topics? Well done on that particular part, especially the questions that you have chose was on the spot with the team, And another point which I loved about is the tiny sprinkling of humor here and there. Like when you came onto the stage and you started with the humor, that made me to, at least for me, to listen like, hey, what is he going to say next? Right. Well done on that particular part. So recommendation from my end is number one, I think, which already Toastmaster Ankur has said. As a Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, you have to iterate what is your role and what is expected from the audience, what is the time limit of the speeches. So you need to explain that particular part. Specifically, this is the place where the guest is coming involved and they may not know about the Toastmasters meeting. So they need to get a note of it as well. And also, I would also love if you have a transition. You did have a one sentence, a kind of a transition. So bring in some energy, and when you're transitioning from one part to another part, I would love to see that more on your end. With that, but overall, it was a fantastic table topic section. I see that everybody was engrossed, and there was also audience even speaking out of their turn as well. So, right, overall, it was a very fantastic meeting. I personally enjoyed today's session. And let me hand it over to the presiding officer before it turns 12. Over to you, Toastmaster for today, Chitrangana Secretary.
Mike, I have, yeah. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Paduka. I have let go of the paper. I'll try to speak without paper from my next meeting onwards. All right, so what an amazing session it was. We started with first decoding how does the science of building products that we hook to actually plays out. We had wonderful speeches. We had wonderful table topic speeches. What we could not do was understanding if the same hooked model can be used to actually build good habits. If there is a different part of the story that we want to create, if that part of the story is possible. For that, let's have a part 2 of the theme. But for now, I think we are running out of time. I will hand over the stage to our presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Over to you.
Okay, so the polling link is already there. I would request everyone to please start voting. It's there in the group, and if someone can just share with Madhav, just take his number. You'll have it on the group. Ashwin, I put it on the group. Okay, so I was told that I cannot be casual on the stage. So I'm extremely feeling conscious right now. Thank you, Paduka. So from next time, I'm going to come in a suit. Because I think that's the, no, I'm not kidding. You know, this is because of the attire that I'm wearing today. So trust me, from next time, I'm going to come in a level 4 dressing. Okay, so I love the Gabbys meeting for many reasons, but one of the best reasons why I look forward to this meeting is where else in this world would you find a product manager of Rapido, senior product manager of Rapido, sitting and teaching us on how to deal with the science of habit forming. And while she's doing that, we have got a data engineer from Mercedes-Benz who's keeping time to ensure that we don't cross the time. And then there is a AI engineer working on automotive AI from TCS sitting and keeping a tab on the entire meeting. So if public speaking is your reason number 3 to attend the Gabbys meeting, reason number 1 and reason number 2 could be to learn from these stalwarts. And reason number 2 is set the right examples for yourself. So particularly people like Madhav, you know, students who join our club, they actually find so much of inspiration within the club. You know, you look around, you'll find a role model here. You look there, you find a role model here. You look here, you'll find 5 role models here, right? So that's how we groom people at the Gabbys. So thank you so much, all the role takers. I'm in awe of the seriousness, the accountability. And one more important thing is, none of them come here with. If I wouldn't have told you, you wouldn't have known that they are such such achievers, such accomplished professionals. They don't wear their tag or their designation or their title on their attitude. I mean, if I would have told you, you've never known that Kritika is so much of a sensation in terms of her professional life. You know, the kind of work that she does. I have to come here and say that you are a CA, then people know that, okay, he's also a CA. Right? So that is the humility that these people bring in. So I think there's so much to learn from all of you. And I can't thank you enough for giving us the quality of meeting, the seriousness. Every week you live up to the Toastmaster values. And so I have no regrets getting scolded by Paduka. Probably I'll be more casual so that she can scold me one more time. So, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. So with this, anyone else has anything to share? Mother, why don't you come and share? Come on. Now that you have got out of your stage fright, it's time to enjoy the stage. Come on. Go ahead.
So yeah, as Sir said, it's actually a great inspiration to see all of you at work. I've learned a lot actually, like especially from the first speech I've heard. I was actually, it's the first time I'm hearing someone speak that way, like that slow, calm, composed way. So I was a bit out of my element here. I mean, I was thinking, is there people who do that? I've never heard this. But then eventually I started understanding that I'm hooked onto the story because I'm actually fully involved in every line she's saying. And then as so repeated it once again, and then I was fully said, that is actually a very nice way to explain the story. Then how each one used different elements, the elements that they use, such as again the first one she actually showed us the medicines, and then the second sir he bought out the money as well. Those are nice additions that kept me hooked to the story as well. And then of course everybody's language that you use, the professionalism that I've seen here is pretty different from what I've seen in school so far. So it's a great learning experience for me. And of course, your speaking is just out of this world. there's no doubt, because you come out of the stage and then immediately all my attention goes to you. Like how when you evaluated that, the stress in what you give, like how you said that, how she can give like whatever insight she's giving us, she can put stress on it, and how I give immediately all my attention just went to you when you shouted those words. So yeah, I thank everyone who has spoke here. It's been truly an educative experience for me, and thank you.
I'm sure you made our day, all of us, for all of us. Thank you. And the person who spoke very calmly and you are hooked onto, she's a compliance lawyer. So she's a compliance lawyer. Yeah. So that's what I said. Everywhere you look, there's an inspiration here. Okay. Are we ready with the polls? Everyone done, right? So I'm going to announce the results of the poll. Before that, I've got another announcement. So even during the meeting, something spectacular happened, which is we implemented the model that we learned, right? So the hook model. So the trigger is the meeting. The action is paying membership renewal amount. The reward is we touching 30 with both the clubs now. So one club now has got 17 members. The Gabbys Toastmasters Club has renewed 17 members. Congratulations. Thank you. And the Gabbys, 16 and 14. My bad. 16 and 14. So 16 for the Gabbys and 14 for the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmaster Club. And that's the investment. The investment is only 7,800 rupees for a Gabbys member. So if you have not made that investment yet, you're still on time. Okay, and with this, I'm going to now announce the results of the poll that we have conducted today. Anyone online who would want to share anything while it's refreshing, please go ahead. Or no, it's refreshed. My VP is telling me time to shut up and get lost. So let me now announce the results today. Before, while I do that, today we had got someone who's taken up the timer role for the first time, the language evaluator for the first time, and listener for the second time. He has not taken language evaluator before. Second time. Okay. So language evaluator role for the second time and listener for the second time. And between all the one-timer and two-timers, the one who got the best role taker award is not you, Ashwin. It's Toastmaster Muskan Rahman, our listener for today. Yeah. Thank you, Muskan. Congratulations. Then we have the best role taker for today. Quite a fight between expertise and experience and enthusiasm. So we had our table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Ankur, who always brings his trademark humor. Casual is a 4-letter word today, but casual humor, if I may, okay, onto the stage, which actually I like. Okay, Aji doesn't. But you are not the best role taker. Maybe because it was very casual. Our table topic master, Toastmaster Basavaraja, took the role for the very first time. We heard about hitting the ground running. In Gabbys, we believe in sprinting the ground running, right? So, we come into the ground like this. So Basavaraja joined our meeting, joined our club last week. And this week is a table topic master. This much time people take to become the table topic speaker, right? So that's our VPs, they're like ruthless. Okay, so, but that's why Basavaraja, you are also not the best role taker. Then we had our Toastmaster of the day, Chitrangana Singh. Just a wow topic, right? I have actually taken a screenshot. Very rarely I take screenshots because, I feel that it is my job to give Gyan, not receive Gyan. But you made me receive Gyan, you also made me capture Gyan, right? So you're so good. But still, you are not the best role taker. Which means the best role taker is someone who's not at all casual, okay? Which is our general evaluator, Toastmaster Paduka Kannan. Congratulations, Paduka. Okay, and the next two categories are yours truly. Thank you so much, the best table topic speaker and the best evaluator. And with this, I hereby call no speaker poll because Chaithra's speech was too good to be wrapped up in time. With this, I'm going to now adjourn this meeting number 269 of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. 269, guys. We are almost there to touch the 300th meeting in just a few weeks from now. Thank you, and we meet again on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. And Sourav, thank you very much for that humorous award announcement as well. It was fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.